What's going on, beautiful people of the internet? It's your boy Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. This time it is the latest movie to star Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara, directed by Todd Haynes. This movie came out November 20th, 2015. Limited release, man. Of course, it's an indie movie. And sadly, it didn't come to my theater until last week. And we're talking about January 8th, the same day The Revenant and The Forest came out. My theater. It took 2 months to get to my theater. Many other people have already seen it. Many people have already reviewed it, so I am late for this movie. I don't know whether to count it as a 2016 movie or a 2015 movie. But all the 2015 movies, of course, is gone. The bandwagon has left. We are here in 2016. So I guess I count it as a 2016 movie. I mean, why not, really? I mean, what's stopping me, honestly? It's not a 10-month-old movie. It's just a 2-month-old movie. So what's stopping me from counting it as a 2016 movie, honestly? There has to be some other theaters that are getting it, man. So either way, it's a non-spoiler review. I'm just going to give you the pros, give you the cons, tell you whether or not you should go check it out, whether it's near you in the theater still, or just see it on DVD or skip out on it entirely. Again, I said it's directed by Todd Haynes, Cate Blanchett, and Rooney Mara star in this movie. And it has an estimated budget of $11.8 million. Not bad, man. It's a very well-directed film. And I'm actually glad I saw this. It's a romantic drama movie, man. And it definitely, when I have something romantic and it's a dramatic movie, I like drama, but when it's romantic and all that, it's kind of, it pulls me away because it's not like there's guns in here. There's no real action in here. There's no explosions. So, as a guy, you're kind of like, oh, well, no, I passed. But honestly, I'm very glad I saw this movie, man. It's a really good movie. So let's get right into this. Again, here's my non-spoiler review for Carol. The whole cast was awesome in here, man. Rooney Mara was really good. Hell, even Cate Blanchett got an Oscar nomination for playing Carol, which she deserves, man, for being nominated. She was really awesome in here. Kyle Chandler was in here, man. He's always in these 1930s type of noir movies and TV shows sometimes. He's really good in here, man. He really brings that manpower strength. And as well as, like I said, Cate Blanchett, she's fantastic in here. You feel her as Carol, her character. She's older. She's she's going through a hard time because not everybody's life is so happy and jolly. Of course, this is the 1930s, 40s, around that area of it's hard times. It's not just. Every scene there's someone smoking. Of course, it's almost like Mad Men, where they didn't know it was bad. They didn't know. Everyone's just partying. They're having a fun time. It's the time to live, man. And definitely for Rooney Mara's character, it's not such a happy life at times. So all the acting was spot on, perfect, man. What I really love about this movie, and even one of the reasons why I really wanted to see it, was the 1930s type of setting, the noir look. I just love that setting and the style, the clothes, the way their hair is. I mean, just the way they talk. Oh, I'll be back in a flash. Oh, I mean, come on now, the cigarettes and the hats and everything. I mean, they look pretty badass. Better than today's saggy jeans and everything. I mean, let's be honest here. It was a pretty fun time back then. So I will say that the setting and the way that they captured it, for $11.8 million to make it, that was really, really good, a budget to make it. Because it's not cheap to make 1930s, 1940s movies sometimes, to make a surrounding area look like the 1930s, and to capture that the early 1900 feeling. That's very hard to do sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it's cheap, sometimes it's not. But to capture it, to feel like you're actually in that time, the cars and just the way that they captured everything was really awesome. And I saw some behind the scene videos, and the way they captured it all was perfect. The detail, and I heard the Todd Haynes was like, yeah, the detail, that building has such great architecture. That's what it counts, man, because this movie goes into detail with things, and the buildings in the background, and the back setup looks so beautiful, man. It captures every little thing in there. That it's perfect. I mean, even Carol's house is beautiful, man. I love the detail in this movie. It also has a beautiful score in the background. The music keeps you really. It has that emotional attachment to it, and the music plays throughout. Like it's the same chord, the same riff, man, the whole time throughout the movie. At times where something happens and then it goes, and it really works well for the movie. I will say that this movie did change direction at times. It went almost like a romantic movie. We're trying to find love. We're trying to find your true self inside, to almost a revenge plot story where you kind of it changes a setting at a time in the movie where it just changes the whole feeling of the movie and the direction it's going. Then it comes back to the romantic, then it leaves, and then it's kind of it switches around a lot towards the second act and then going on to the third act. The first act was pretty good, but the second act and the third act is kind of where it just kind of mixed and where it went different directions. And I'm not saying that's it didn't ruin the movie. I'm not like I walked out, I'm like that was crap. No, I still enjoyed the movie very much, but it's just at times it did change the direction like 3 or 4 times, and it just kind of lost me in a sort of way where I'm like, really, like you're going. Wait, now it's a revenge thing, and now are they showing something that they didn't show in the trailer that's supposed to be a different plot at times? That's kind of how it felt. And the second act was a little slow. The middle of the movie kind of had that slow burning feeling, like almost like a cigarette, just slowly burning away. You're not even inhaling; it's just slowly burning until it just burns out. Almost that sort of like slowness in the middle, just for a few seconds, man, a few scenes, just a little bit slow. It definitely, again, like I said, it doesn't ruin the movie, but there's this part with Corey Michael Smith. I won't tell you who he's playing, but Corey Michael Smith plays Edward Nygma on the show Gotham, a.k.a. he is the Riddler. Riddle me this! And of course, Corey Michael Smith is in this movie. He's nowhere needed in this movie, man, where I'm saying his character is so stupid, and for them putting him in here and the way that he just almost reminds me of Nygma, and then his true reason for being in the movie just let me down so much, where I'm like, really? He's playing that type of person, like really? And then that's where it changed direction again, his character, where it almost like changes the movie completely. So Corey Michael Smith wasn't needed in this movie whatsoever, or that character even for that storyline. It kind of just makes it weird because it should change the whole thing for Carol, and then she just doesn't. It's really weird at times, man. It almost like the editing, like they cut out a few scenes that should have been in there, man. Sarah Paulson's in this movie, man. Of course, a veteran from American Horror Story, and I will say that I'm not the biggest fan of Sarah Paulson. I mean, she's good. She's a good actress. She's made me cry over the years in an American Horror Story, man. She is definitely a good actress. Even great at times, man. I think she deserves, definitely, even in Hotel, she's really great, man. She always puts on a performance, but she cries a lot, man. But in this movie, her character's not a big presence, and there's definitely a bigger part, because she said in an interview that they cut out a big part of her scene that connected it more with the characters, where it made it more dramatic almost. And I could tell that they cut it out because she appears in the movie towards the end, and you're kind of like, wait, how did you get here? Like, how did you even, you know what I mean? Like, there's just, it kind of just doesn't connect because of the way that they cut it out. Like, they cut out a big scene, and you could tell they cut out a big scene. Plus, not having much Sarah Paulson is a good thing as well. I mean, her character was definitely, I can't tell if it was a ex-Carol love interest, and they're friends now, and it was just kind of like there. But like I said, Sarah Paulson, I wish she had a little bit more, but then again, it's kind of like, okay, she didn't have that much, but it's fine. But you can tell that her character didn't have a big enough role because they cut it out. You could tell she filmed more than what they put her in. She's only there for 3-4 scenes. And some other characters suffer the same fate, where some of Rooney Mara's character's friends are not in the movie throughout the whole entire movie. They appear in a lot in the beginning, and then they kind of just disappear, and then they show up at the end. They don't show up much. It's kind of like, where are all your friends? You have 3 or 4 best friends, and they don't even show up. So it kind of just leaves you there, where what happened to your friends? I mean, you're hanging out with Carol, and then all your other friends, you don't even talk to them, or they don't even show up, or even your boyfriend. I mean, it kind of just loses itself there. But like I said, it's not a bad movie, man. It's definitely a good movie. I wouldn't say it's a great movie, and it's not a movie for everyone. It's not a movie where a regular Joe can just go see this type of thing. I mean, this is a dramatic, romantic movie, and this is definitely, it's not, it will bore some people. It will. This is, I mean, they're the older general audience. I mean, they're older people. I mean, younger people will like this too as well. I mean, it's art. It's an indie movie, man. Any movie's an art, man. As long as it's not directed by Michael Bay. Just kidding. Michael Bay. I can't wait for 13 hours. I'm actually seeing it tomorrow morning. But still, you get my drift, man. This is an indie cinematic movie. This is for cinema, the art of cinema. And definitely for sure, Todd Haynes captured it. The directing was good. It wasn't great, but the directing was good. I got the essence of it. I got the feeling of the 1930s or 1940s, whenever it was set in. I got that time frame, and I felt like I was there. I really do enjoy the character Carol. She was a really not very well developed, but I mean, she was played so well by Cate Blanchett that it's kind of hard to see the flaws in Carol. As of like the acting wise and everything, she was perfect in here. And Rooney Mara, wasn't Rooney Mara? Wasn't she the girl with a dragon tattoo or something? Is that her? Is that her? I'm not sure if that's her. Wow, I mean, she's really, really, really good in here, man. She's a really good actress. All of them, again, like I said, the acting and everything. But then again, you heard the cons. There's a few problems in here, but it doesn't ruin the experience. But this is definitely a rental. I mean, I could have even seen this in the rental. So I'm gonna end up giving Carol a 7.9 out of a 10, guys. It was a good movie. And not great, but it wasn't bad. It's still very much watchable. Very good movie. And I don't know. I see myself owning this movie one day. Like in the $5 bin, I see myself like buying this and just having it on my shelf and watching it one day. I can't see myself watching it anytime soon this year, but I can definitely see myself owning it within the next few years and rewatching it just, for the heck of it, man. Maybe do another updated review on it. I don't know, man. So anyway, that was my Carol review. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to support the channel. I would really much appreciate it. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about Carol, what you thought about my review, and later reviews coming on this month or tomorrow or this weekend. 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, right along to, well, that's just a sneak peek for this weekend. You guys are going to have to wait for those reviews to see what's coming up next in the future. Thanks a lot, guys. Always appreciate it. Bye-bye. Spock be with you always. God bless.